I'm going to use the wall now to show you how to do some 7 or pike press or pike jump drills. You could use this in different ways depending on what your goal is out of those 3. So first of all, we're just going to look at flexibility. So I'm going to sit into this pike position. I've got my heels against the wall, and I'm going to place my hand down level with my hip. Now this is going to give me a rough idea of when I'm in a handstand, and I come down to that 90-degree hip position, where I need to be with my hands. So I'm going to turn around, placing the hand in the same position there, and I'm just see if I can get into 90 degrees of the hip. So there. So big demand on the trap shoulders. I'm just going to try and look at the floor as I push and open. Try and keep that position marked. So I'm trying to get into that 7 position or that pike position, 90 degrees at the hip, and I have flat feet. One of the things I can now do to make that harder, more demanding as a drill itself is just to go from flat feet to pointed toes and back again. So that makes it much harder. Now, obviously, I can fine tune where I have my hands. I can fine tune how low I have my feet and how much I point. If you find it really hard, just don't bring the feet right down. Take the hands a little bit further away. You want to feel strong, but it's really working you through the upper traps. Okay, next thing I'm going to start to extend one leg. So same position, 90 degrees, pushing the shoulders in, extend one leg, come back down, other leg, come back down. So I probably went a little bit too close there. I was actually forcing me to bend the knee a touch with the one against the wall. So I needed to move my hands a little bit further away. Next one is to see whether you can do it. Is I'm going to see if I can press both legs from there. If you can't do that, one thing you could do is you could get someone to spot you. Someone hold your leg here and you lift the other leg up and down, or to spot you in some way to bring both legs up. It's a bit tricky to spot, but so the goal will be to there, to handstand, back down again, trying to create enough space. So that's a good couple of different variations of chest to wall, um, pike position, 7 position, just to get that top open and close and of the hip. Most people, when they bring both legs up together, they'll go over, just because you have that big demand of the hips being up and over, and then you add the legs on top of that, so your counterbalance takes you over. Other option is to go back to wall. So now I'm just going to go my normal heel pull position, and I'm going to take my butt to the wall, legs off, back again. So butt touches, come back off. Butt touches, come back off. So while I do that, I'm trying to keep my shoulders away from the wall. Next one is to try and come even deeper, to get all the way down to that 7 position. Still pushing the butt, maybe a little bit of low back against the wall, but the big one is keeping the shoulders off the wall. And obviously back up is the goal. And then we can take that down another level, where I'm just going to roll down. So a bit like the press drill, butt to touch, low back to touch, mid back, upper back, and go all the way down to tiptoes on the floor. So obviously you can fine tune it on the distance. You need to have your hands away from the wall. If you get quite far away from the wall, make sure you're still pushing. turning the hands out so you don't hurt the wrists. And then be honest with yourself. If it's a flexibility issue, you might need to bend the knees slightly and really work on that flex. And then it's just having to go at jumping back up. You could go through pike. So not using the wall, but have the wall there if you need it. Put your heels onto. Try and replicate that same movement on the way down. Then if you have the pike press already, you could try and hang out in the points that are hard for you. So most people, the very initial part where the toes just come off, hang out there for longer. And the 7 position itself, trying to push the shoulders one way, hips the other. I muscle mine quite a bit because I don't quite have the flexibility yet. I'm okay at the bottom position, so it'll look like this. Okay, that's the couple of drills I wanted to go through today. So they're the main ones I use in class to help to people get used to that 7 position. And then the path for the pike press, the 7 going in and out. So not just holding the position, but to be able to transition to the handstand and back to the floor. Normal deal, thumbs up and subscribe would be appreciated. And I'll speak to you next time. Thanks, guys.